Hey guys, I'm going to talk about Bernie Sanders real quick. Because I feel like the people that really do follow him are pretty sincere, but let's just be real here for a moment. Um, Bernie Sanders says that presidents get bought and that they're paid for and that they're buying presidents. Like they are THEY apostrophe RE. They're who who is who is they? Do any of you know who they are? See what I did? They are. Do any of you know who they are? Um, it's not just corporations. It's not just the Koch brothers. It's not just one person. It's many people. Um, it it's quite a few folks. A lot of folks within the government. A lot of folks that have to do with corporations. But also a lot of the legislators in this country have a lot to do with it, and a lot of other countries have a lot to do with it. But I just want to pose one question to the people that follow Sanders and really do think that he'll become president. Like, stare me in the face right now as you're watching this, because I am staring you directly down. If we were face to face right now, this is how serious I would be. Because what he's been saying is they're buying presidents. Do you really think that if they are buying presidents, which they are, he's right about that, but if they're buying presidents, why do you think he will be elected? Why do you think he'll be elected? Why do you think that they'll allow him to put a tax on everything that goes through Wall Street to take money out of Wall Street, which I'm totally for, by the way, but take money out of Wall Street and then put it towards not only health, but education, which I'm totally for again? Who is going to allow them to cut military spending, to bring most of our troops home, and close down bases in 130 different countries? 900 bases in 130 countries. Not 900 in each country. Chill the fuck out. But 900 bases around 130 countries. Jesus. Am I just missing the point here? Am I just not understanding? Or are you not understanding? If you follow Bernie Sanders, are you not understanding? Because no matter how much you root for somebody, if they're buying presidents, he won't get elected, friends. It won't happen. I mean, it would be wishful thinking to say that they would, in the circumstances that he laid down and pretty much said, hey dude, they're buying presidents. And then everybody's like, oh yeah, the reason that people don't want to vote is because everybody keeps telling everybody not to vote. No, Bernie Sanders has pretty much said exactly what everybody else is thinking. If somebody has more money than somebody else in the campaigns, And then they use that money, they're going to get, one, more recognition, two, more media time, and three, also the reason why they get more media time really quick is because Fox News, CNN, NBC, ABC, all of these corporations are owned by bigger corporations, which are owned by even bigger corporations, which are then owned by the CEOs of these huge fucking companies, and then they say, hey dude, put this on there. This is what we want you to put on there. I don't think people understand how big the monopoly behind the political system there is. It's for one, it's not going to change, and two, I mean, it really is just wishful thinking to suppose that he's going to win the election. Not only the election, but even the Democratic vote. He won't get that far. I mean, he won't. Everybody's been showing the fact that he's winning all the polls and everything against Hillary, like she's way below him. But guess what they're putting on the TV? Hillary's beating him. Do you not understand what is happening? Do you not see what that means? That means these corporations that are behind all of these people, who are behind Fox News, who are behind CNN, who are behind MSN, or NBC, excuse me, goddamn it, behind NBC, they are literally rigging the races. I mean, shit, at this point, there's no point in it. We might as well just sit around and just allow these dictators to elect whoever they want. Elect these new dictators. I mean, you know, people don't understand what they're talking about when they start saying Bernie Sanders is going to win the race. Because he won't, if he's been telling the truth, which he is. But he's been telling you that they elect people, they buy people to be elected, they give them enough money to rig the race pretty much, where it's literally impossible for anybody else to get a word in. There's a reason behind that. There's a reason behind why these big billionaire companies are able to give all this money, which has only just started happening in 2009, really. I mean, the Supreme Court said, hey, money is free speech. Really? Money is free speech? So I guess that means the more money you have, the more words you can say. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Do we see what point I'm making here? They have rigged the system, one. Two, you guys are wasting your time trying to follow this guy, because if he's telling the truth and not getting money from any company and is also just 100% valid and knows all what we need and what we want and all that jazz, we need to start looking in another direction and say, hey, who's rigging this? Let's get them out so we can have legitimate elections, so we can have legitimate presidents again. The last one we really had was JFK, and I'm sure he was bought too. His father was pro-Stalin. Like his father was crazy. He was Nazi-ish, and I'm sure they brought him in to say, "Hey, he's gonna be just like them." And then he was like, "Oh wait, I actually have ideas." And then he was shot in the face in Dallas. I mean, and today you can't even see who Lee Harvey Oswald worked for because of national security risk. Sounds a lot like what Obama's doing. Sounds a lot like what George Bush was doing. Sounds a lot like the Patriot Act that Sanders was against but voted with anyway. What? What?